I am gaming. I am gaming. I am gaming podcast.
Hey everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for being on the latest episode of I'm Gaming Podcast. This is a podcast about the video game industry, entrepreneurship, gaming nostalgia, open AI mods and models, and many more cool things I find to be in the same realm of business and creative ventures. Like always, first and foremost, a huge thanks goes to my Patreon supporters. You really make this podcast possible. It's not big, it's not great, it's not amazing for sure, but you're still supporting it week in, week out, month in, month out, and I incredibly appreciate it. And thank you once again, everyone, for being on my Patreon page and subscribing to my content with your money, basically. Now, this is episode 215 of I'm Gaming Podcast, and this is an episode dedicated to Sora, a new OpenAI model or prompt creation generator that is basically designed to turn your text prompts into video. So it's either animated video, realistic, live motion footage videos. It doesn't matter. It's something that is video based, and Sora OpenAI promises to deliver incredible results, as you can see on its website, which is presently in some kind of a closed beta. I would call it like that. A few people got access to some of its abilities, but it is basically something of a ChatGPT but for video. Of course, immediately after the same platform launch itself, everyone went crazy on social media, started sharing those few videos that are available, started commenting how everything is so incredible and how this is the death of the film industry, the animation industry, basically everything and anything that is related to videos, and how everything will be created by AI in like a couple of months. Of course, that will not take place, like it didn't take place with ChatGPT, which came out in November. ChatGPT version 3, the one that we are already familiar with and using in many cases, back in November 2022. So it's going to be 2 years since it launched this November, basically. So on fall, it's going to full 2 years of ChatGPT, and while it managed to influence a lot of stuff, it embedded itself in a lot of stuff. It didn't really change everything completely, totally, and forever. The same goes for any text to video platform. And the thing that is really important in that domain is the fact that it again is simply a tool that is neither understood presently nor fully explored from the perspective of users. Yes, the footage that is presently available is incredibly impressive, but it is also incredibly cherry-picked so that it presents the best that the tool can create. And most likely, to a point, it uses some elements of previous videos that are very similar or practically identical to the same content that you're seeing. So those are all those tiny small tricks that people are employing in terms of creating something that looks very impressive, but is going to most likely be a somewhat less impressive when we all get our chance to try it out. The same actual thing happened with ChatGPT 3.5 and 4 in terms of written content. While it is a very useful and widely used system, it isn't something that allowed everyone to forget about writing. This goes for content that is video based. Of course, we're going to see the capabilities and potential once it fully hits the market, but right now we are seeing everything that is very, very much cleaned out, picked, and presented for maximum impact, because marketing is still marketing. And that is why I wanted to mention a platform that was also incredibly talked about in the moment when it launched, and that is Pika.art or Pika animated system, text to animation, that saw its trailer come out back in again November last year, and everyone was incredibly impressed with its capabilities and potential. However, everyone then forgot about Pika. Unlike Dr. Dre, everybody forgot about Pika, and there wasn't that much info or results from this incredible, amazing, out of this world platform which was marketed back then. So my takeaway here would be to wait and see the results. And if nobody is talking about Sora in 4 months from now, chances are that the results are not that impressive. Of course, they might become impressive in a year or two, or maybe even shorter time period. But it is really important and really useful for anyone to stay informed about these platforms, but also to understand that they are a part of continued evolution of tools. And whenever somebody says that something is a game changer, it is most likely not a game changer, especially because we listened about game changers in AI for the last 2 years, while the game itself did not change that much. And that's something that is a big element, not with platforms that create AI tools, but with mass media, because they want to see your views, clicks, likes, and reactions. They want to see this, people discussing stuff. But it is important to have a healthy dose of skepticism towards everything, and in this in particular, and recognize that even the biggest game changers are game changers in retrospective history overview and not in the present moment. We're going to have to wait when Sora launches in full, when somebody starts making clips that are not content chosen, that are not curated, that are directly from the same platform, and see what the results are and how can they be blended into other pipelines in industry, creative ventures, and so forth. Chances are not that easy, like everything else, including ChatGPT 3 or 4, and it will simply become a part of the pipeline and not replace the pipeline. That is a big point here and something that you should have in mind. So sure, be amazed, be excited, be hyped, but please recognize at the same time that Terminator T-1000 isn't coming to take your job as a cinematographer. Isn't coming yet, and not as Sora. It might be Sora 2.0, 3.0, but for now we have to see what Sora 1.0 present version can do, and then we can say that it truly is a game changer if it truly can do everything it is truly promoting itself to be able to right now. History shows that it's likely not going to be able to do that at all. So there you have it. Thanks so much for being on this episode. Thanks so much for listening. My name is Ivica. It's a pleasure to have you here. Like always, please check out my Patreon supporters in the description below. If you'd like to support me as well on Patreon and you're not an AI, please consider doing that also. You can also buy my books on Amazon. You can send me money directly, but cheapest, easiest, most effective way to support me is to subscribe to my channel and be here for my new videos. Until then, have a great week, and I'll talk to you in precisely 7 days from now. Until then, bye bye.